You are listening to the Taps and Teas Show, weekly conversations for people passionate about marketing, golf, and craft beer. Marty is the co-founder of Bad Rhino, an award-winning digital marketing agency helping golf and craft beer brands get real results in social media marketing. Here is your host, Marty McDonald.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Taps and Teas, and continuing on with a season of ranting a little bit about the agency world and adding some tidbits if you're going to work with an agency or you're going to work with us. Just always a little bit of fun. I hope you're enjoying this. I know I am. And just get some certain things out that I think aren't necessarily talked about. So if you are enjoying this, please, review it on iTunes, review it anywhere else that you're listening to this, or send me a comment, send me an email. We can be reached at info@badrhinoinc.com. That's again, info@badrhinoinc.com. That's my agency address. You're also tapsandteas.net. Please feel free to go there, comment, share, like, whatever. So anyway, today's episode is called Fuck the Hustle. So sorry for the harsh words, but let's be real. The one thing I always see in the agency world is these new up-and-comers coming. And we're all there. If you own an agency and you're listening to this, you own a business, something online, you kind of get into this. I got to hustle. I got to do this. Then you see the next wave of it, which is people are like, no, man, you don't need the hustle. You can just sit back 4 hours a week, 5 hours a week, do nothing, and just collect checks, right? So it's like, what's the in between? So it always cracks me up because I've been online, part-timer at first, starting in 2002, all the way up to 2019. I've done affiliate marketing, MLM marketing, and actually made money. I've built teams online. I've taught classes on how to do this. I've also spoken at many events, many other podcasts, and you can go ahead and look at it. I've been around, and for 17 years, it's really interesting, right? Because you see things come full circle. So when I called this one Fuck the Hustle, it's just very neat. And to me, it may not be to you, but I want to share a couple of things. Because what we get on the backside of it is when you've been in this business, especially online marketing of any sort, for so long, you've seen everything. And, well, I say you've seen everything, but I know there's other stuff that'll come down the road that'll be like, holy crap, they really did this. But you feel like you've seen everything. And you'll get somebody that comes in, and I love the actual hustle of somebody that's going to, actually go and do something. And that's not the hustle I'm saying, get rid of. I'm saying the hustle is almost like a con game, right? So I love people that are up and coming. I love people that are doing different things and willing to put themselves out there. But they'll sell a business owner, doesn't matter what business you're in, on this simple, online marketing plan. Hey, Facebook's going to save your business. The last episode we talked about, I can't save your business. They'll talk about things that, are just not going to actually happen. But people fall for it. They're like, yeah, that sounds great. I'll pay, $250 a month for that service. Then they get nothing for it. Then they'll reach out to an agency like ours or myself, and they'll be like, yeah, I'm looking to get back into it, but I just want to let you know, we tried it for our business and it didn't work. Insert any business here, and it doesn't matter what business it is. I know it'll work online, right? You just have to attack it the right way. And I'll start asking them questions, and then you find out they just went with somebody that was the cheapest because they wanted to dip their toe into it. And it just leaves a bad taste. So that's what I mean by fuck the hustle. Is like you have a bunch of people that are starting out. And if you're listening to this and you're an agency owner that's starting out, then go for it, but deliver on what you're going to do. Deliver on it, okay? I don't care what you have to do, but whatever price you're charging, deliver it and set the proper expectations with that client. Because it just hurts everybody when you go and you lie about it, or you stretch what you think the ROI is going to be, or worse, you have no idea what you're doing, and you just take somebody's business into your own hands and say you're going to run ad campaigns and you can't get them to scale, and they're actually willing to spend money, but they're not getting any results. And then you're not telling them why. It's just because you don't know what you're doing. Seriously, this happens all the time. So From the agency owner side, if you're listening to this, and I know some of you are, look, I'm not knocking you when you get started. Everybody has a learning curve, but that learning curve better be right in your wheelhouse. If you know how to run ads for dentists, then just do dentists. Don't start to go into other areas until you've mastered that, or learn or hired somebody within your agency that can go into other areas, because you can't take exactly what you're doing for dentists and apply that to landscaping and automotive. Some pieces do correlate, don't get me wrong, but there's also little nuances to each one and how their clients and potential customers want to be contacted. So learn those things.
Hey, if you're enjoying what you're hearing on the show and want more, head on over to tapsandtees.info and get our free report with game-changing tips and strategies straight to your inbox. Just enter your info and stop being stuck with no marketing plan.
If you're a brewery, you'll have a golf, course or golf product out there, or any other business. You want to ask your agency questions, okay? So that when you get the person that's trying to run the hustle on you, you're asking the right questions. I have so many really well-respected business owners that I've talked to over the years, and their first agency experience is awful because they went with the lowest cost provider. Let me just ask you a question. If you are having a heart attack and you're having this episode and the doctor goes, "Hey, you're in luck. Today I can fix your heart and it's half off." You're going to be like, huh? More importantly, if you're in the middle of that heart attack, you're not going to care what it costs. Now, business is not necessarily as serious as that, but you should treat it as such. Like, you have all these things that are flying at you. It's like, okay, go set up a Wix website and a Squarespace website. Then you can get GoDaddy and it's $197 a month. I mean, really, do you really honestly think that that's going to work for you? I mean, just stop and think about it. They're great starting points to get your ideas out there, to get things started so that you can start to build a real website or get things rolling. But they're not going to last forever. And if you really think low dollars are really going to get there by someone that's selling you that hustle, stop and ask yourself some questions. Just stop. Stop right there and make sure that you're on the right page, because I don't want to see those agencies fail. And I want them to come out and be honest, right? And do their best. But more importantly, I don't want my potential clients hiring an agency on the cheap, and then when they get to us, they gasp at the price, they gasp at everything else because they're going, "Oh my gosh, you charge that much?" Yeah, we do, because we can A, back it up with experience, and B, we're going to get you results. And if we don't, we'll stand on that, but we'll also work with you so we can understand. Maybe you're just starting out and you have a smaller budget, but you want to scale up. Okay, no problem, we can do that. Let's talk about how we're going to do that. Then maybe you have a giant budget. You're spending 6 figures a month on online advertising. We can do that as well. And there's also stuff in between. But let's talk about where you are. If you just buy an out-of-the-box thing from one of these services and it's like, "Hey, we do your social for $500 a month," you're going to get shitty service. You're just going to get it. And it drives me nuts because there's like this hustle that goes into it that sells a business owner or a marketing manager that maybe is unsure of digital. And they just go into it because it's cheap. It's not gonna really upset the apple cart if we're only spending $500. All right. So it's like, all right, $500, and let's say you have another $500 for ad spend. You're spending $1,000 a month. It's $12,000 a year. Stop. If you were gonna hire somebody, could you hire somebody for $12,000 a year to sit in your office and do your social media or online marketing? No, it's gonna probably cost you, for somebody that is starting out, that has some experience, probably going to cost you close to 60 grand, not including benefits and everything else that goes into hiring an employee. If you want somebody to run complex ad campaigns for you, you're probably looking at 85 to north of 100, depending on what part of the country you're in, and they better know what they're doing. So if you're making that investment, and then you look at it and you're like, "Yeah, I'm just going to go with this $500 a month option," does that correlate, right? And that's where that hustle comes in. Like, somebody will say, "I can get you leads. I won't charge you anything until I deliver," right? That's good if they're starting out. And if you want to take a flyer on that, have at it. But just also know they probably don't know anything that they're doing. It's just like going to a dentist, or again, using the heart attack, idea, and go, "All right, we'll get you a new heart today, and you're in luck because it's 50% off." And you're just like, huh? Wait, why is it 50% off? Or the one that I was listening to another coach the other day, he might have had the heart attack, another podcast rather, he might have had the heart attack analogy though too, now that I'm thinking about it. But, LASIK, get one eye done, get the other eye half off. Get out of here. Like that just conjures up an image in my head that I'm like, I'd rather pay full price. Let's make sure everybody's compensated here. Let's make sure everybody's happy. Then you can work on my eyes. I kind of need them. They're very important. Approach the same way with the marketing. I named this one Fuck the Hustle. It's not about, you should be out there hustling hard and working hard. This is not about that. This is that hustle that somebody brings to you that can actually solve all of your marketing and digital online problems and then actually, send you to the promised land when they don't know anything from anything and they're just selling you on the cheapest dollar and you feel comfortable with that. This is just to open your eyes a little bit. So this is just another one of those mini rants on these episodes. I really like doing these. We're only going to do a few more rants and then we're going to get back into some interviews as well as a handful of things that you can do here from 2019 going into 2020 and really get, some of the marketing things optimized and ready to go. There's been a lot of really different nuances. I might bring on a few guests in the agency world that I know are doing some kick-ass work just to help educate all of you, no matter what type of business you're in, but also have a brewery slant and a golf slant because that's what Taps and Tees is all about and the customers and clients that we work with. So I really appreciate you listening. I really look forward to seeing you on the next episode. What the next episode is going to be about, I'm not quite sure right now. We're kind of working through a few things. I have a list of about 30 right here, and I want to take this in a different direction and kind of end these rants and start to move it into really good things. But I hope you got something out of today's episode, and I'll see you on the next one.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.